Hello and welcome back to the Sorare Assist YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be revealing the players that I've bought for my Road to Glory series, where I'm starting again from scratch after making over £12,000 on Sorare Fantasy Football. I've sold up my full collection. I'm going to be starting again now. This is episode 1 in this series, where I'm going to be trying to get from £50 to £500 on Sorare. If you like this video, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're not signed up to Sorare, you can sign up using the link in the description, and you will get some free stuff and money off, things like that. Full details are in the description below. Okay then guys, so as I say, I have sold up my full gallery on Sorare. There was a video a couple of days ago explaining why. You can catch that right on this channel. Basically, I come away with a nice overall profit though of over £12,000, guys. Total rewards was 396 rewards. As you can see, some impressive stats and numbers here as well. You can also see here as well from the current values of the rares, uniques, super rares and limiteds, that currently I only have £48.47p worth of limited cards at the moment, because I am starting again from scratch on Sorare Fantasy Football. See if it is possible to make money in the game as it is today, trying to build up my club again from scratch, from the bottom, just like on Football Manager, when you're a team from the Conference North Division in England, trying to work your way up to the Premiership and then Champions League glory. So my aim is to turn my initial £50 budget into £500. I won't be depositing anything else, guys. I'm going to stick with the £50 that I've already deposited, and then trying to work my way up to £500. I'm of course able to rely on my experience playing the game for over 3 years now, and hopefully that's going to help me get towards that target sooner rather than later. And today I'm going to be revealing what players I've gone for to start off this journey. Now, the general strategy that I'm going for, guys, is to obviously enter the limited divisions. Now, I will of course be probably concentrating most of my teams initially in the 240 limited, because that $5, which is around £4, looks very, very appealing when you are starting with just £50 budget. And doing some scouting as well, I've also seen some very cheap rare players, guys, that I've got my eye on. Some are as low as £1. So obviously if I win this threshold in the 240, that's going to enable me to potentially start building a cap 240 rare team. I'm also going to be concentrating on the America and Asia League players to start with, guys, on this journey. So, with that being said, let's have a look at what players I've gone for. These are the initial players that I've gone for. I had £55 in total to spend, actually, guys. Just went over a little bit of the budget slightly. My initial shortlist, though, was adding up to around 180, so I had to reduce that by quite a lot. And I've deposited £55 in total, so just over 50, only by £5 of course. So let's go ahead and reveal the players that I've gone for then. We'll start with the goalkeepers then. And the first goalie I've gone for is Gyu Park, and he plays for Sagan Tosu in the Japan J League. As you can see, I got him an auction for £4.76, which is looking really cheap for me for a goalkeeper. Does look like he's hopefully going to be staying at Sagan Tosu as well. As a fantastic goalkeeper for them this year, so I think he's looking a really good option. These are a really good time to buy the Asian America players as well, guys, because some of the leagues are concluding or they're having a little break. So this is probably the best time to buy these. That's why I'm concentrating on the Asia and America players only at the moment, because of the European season. It's obviously in full swing. I'll probably look at them when the European seasons do end. So this guy then, as I say, is a fantastic choice. Scores wise, we can see some really good scores here for a goalkeeper. So here's the first goalkeeper. The other one I've gone for is Lucas Hoyos of Newell's Old Boys. So that's my American goalkeeper and Asia goalkeeper there sorted. Bought him on the market for £9.41. This is one that I actually had in my collection previously. But now I've bought this guy back. So it looked a fantastic choice in terms of his price and scores as well. See that he's got some absolutely fantastic scores here for a goalkeeper. He's probably my most expensive purchase actually in all these players in this video today. Don't forget, guys, as well, all these players cost a total of £55. Defenders then, I've gone for Gustavo Velasquez, who's going to obviously link up with his teammates. Hoyas, who's the goalie there for Newell's. Bought him on the market for £4.63. Another one that I had in my collection previously. Another guy that's absolutely fantastic and capable of these peak scores in the 90s, as you can see from his score graph. So another fantastic option there in defence. And a Japanese player that I've got, this is one that I wasn't planning on buying, but I saw how cheap this guy was. Fukumura is a bit of a legend for me in my old collection. I did have him from 2020, I actually had his rare card. And I bought him, he's only 65p. He has been in and out of the team this season, guys, but overall, when he is playing, it's fantastic performer, as you can see. He actually played in the last game. He only played 77 minutes. He got 91 points. Now, for me, he should be playing most games. He looks like a fantastic player for Sapporo in the Japanese J League. 65p, I couldn't really turn that down, and I am eyeing his rare card as well for a potential Cap 240 player, or even just a player for the future, because he is looking really cheap. When I last checked, he was going for around £10 for his rare card. Now, to me, this is a total bargain. If we look at his totals points altogether, we can see this area here when he was playing consistently, getting plenty of 100s. So he's a fantastic card, this guy. 65p, like a bargain that I couldn't turn down. Another bargain that I've gone for is Piovi of Racing Club in Argentina. So another America player here. £4.26 bought on the market. Scores-wise, another player that's capable of these really peak scores, so another fantastic choice here. Looked a really budget player. Next player I've gone for is Hatsushi of Vissel Kobe in the Japanese J League. Bought on the market for £2.71. Fairly young player, this guy, capable of scoring some really good scores as well, and peak scores as well, guys, which is important when you are looking at your players in Sorare. And onto the midfielders then. I've gone for a bit of a gamble here. Alexander Alvarado, he plays in the Ecuadorian League for Liga de Quito. It's only £2.59. I got this guy on auction. I love the look of these new cards as well, guys. They look absolutely fantastic. But previously, he's been on fantastic form, but recently he's not had the best of form. If we have a look, as you can see, been on terrible form recently, been a bit of a sub. I think he was out of form and then he seemed to have got dropped. But if we look at his previous scores, guys, look at all his scores previously, we can see that it was on absolutely fantastic form here, guys. When he was consistently in the team, star performer, he was probably one of the best scoring players on Sorare in this period here, guys. So he's a fantastic choice. Might have to have a bit of a wait for this guy to actually play him. He has got 2 games left this season, but then I think Ecuador have a break until February. But I think this is a really good gamble for just £2.59, and I wouldn't bet against him getting back to this form as well. Next player I've gone for is a Japanese player, Higuchi, who plays for Kashima Antlers. He's only 26 as well. Got him for £2.39, guys, on the secondary market. This is looking absolutely a fantastic bargain to me. Scores-wise, another player that is capable of these peak scores, and these are good scores as well for the Japanese J League, so it's a really good one. Potentially for the Cap 240 team as well, but also going to be used in the Asia Champion Division. Next up, we've got Andy Polo. Now, this one was a bit of an outsider punt, really. It was only £2.55 on the market. He plays for Universitario in the Peruvian League. I think he looked a really good shout. If we just look at his scores, we can see that he's actually capable of some peak scores, guys. So I think this is looking a really good option. He was also in and around the Peru squad as well. Didn't play in the last games, but I think he's scoring fantastically well in the Peruvian division, if we just filter it to that. These are fantastic scores, guys. So this guy is probably a little bit under the radar. Really good pick up, this one. And on to the forwards then. The first one is Luis Quinones of Tigres in the Mexican division. Bought him on the market for £2.71. Scores-wise, capable again of these peak scores. Got some 90s here, 100 here. So looking a really good choice here. Been a little bit out of form recently, but that I don't mind that, because it's obviously a good time to pick him up when his price has dropped a little. But he's capable of getting these peak scores, guys. So another one that I could use in the Cap 240 or the America division. Moving on then, we've got Agashiwa of Consadole Sapporo. Quite a young forward, doing really well as well until he got injured recently. £1.63 on auction, looks a real steal for me. He is having his injury issues, as you can see, he's in and out of the team. But in terms of when he does play and he starts, he is getting some pretty decent scores, guys. Obviously, he's been affected by injuries recently, and that's affected his scores. But of course, that's affected his price as well, and it's come down. Really good time to snap him up ready for next season. We'll just filter this to the J League and look at all his scores. We can see when he is playing, he's capable of getting these peak scores, getting a couple of goals or assists. So really good option, this guy's. £1.63 looks a real steal. Another defender I've gone for is Yoshiniro Muto of Vissel Kobe. £4.54 on auction. A little bit more of the expensive buy here, but I think he's a really good option, guys, up front. As you can see from his scores here, he's on fantastic form. Okay, his form's dropped off a little bit recently, but he has still got these couple of good scores here. So on a really good fixture, he's going to be a really good option up front. Another good option up front is Andre Pierre Kignac. Now, he may be 37, nearly 38, but he has got a contract for another year or two, I believe, at Mexican side Tigres. £5.71, so I think he's probably my second most expensive purchase potentially. Scores-wise though, he is still bagging in the goals, as you can see. 22 goals in the last 40 games, guys. He's also got 7 assists as well, so he is more than capable of getting these 70s, 60 scores and the occasional 90 or 80 score as well. So still banging in the goals, guys, even at the grand old age of 37. So then, these are the players that I've bought so far. Now, there is still 2 players that I need to buy that are on my watch list. I've got around £6 left in the kitty, and the watch list at the moment is these 2 guys here. We've got Segigawa, and I've also got Savio as well, who plays for Kashiwa Reysol. Now, as you can see, these guys are pretty cheap. He's got a good floor price at the minute, and I should be able to get Sekigawa around £3. So I might just have enough for these 2 players. In terms of Savio, though, I am going to see what happens in the Japan J League before pulling the trigger on this purchase. Because, as we can see from the league table, Kashiwa are still at a little bit of risk of potentially getting relegated. So there's only a couple of games left here, guys. So there is still a chance that Kashiwa could get relegated. So I'm waiting on this one before I pull the trigger. But Segigawa I will be looking to buy as soon as possible, really, for a good price. Obviously the floor price currently is nowhere near a good price. If you look at his scores, really capable of getting some fantastic scores when he's playing. Only 23 as well. And Savio is another one that's really good in terms of his scores. See that from his L5 and L15 scores as well. Some really good, powerful scores here from this player. So as soon as they're safe, I will be hopefully pulling the trigger on Savio and adding him to the collection. So that was my collection so far, guys. Currently rated at £46. As I say, I've still got some money in the kitty as well for those final 2 players. But this is the start of my Sorare journey, really, guys, from scratch. Starting again from the bottom, working my way up, and we'll see how I get on when I start entering my first teams. It's probably going to be this upcoming weekend as well. I'll be able to field my first team, and I will be looking to concentrate, as I said, on the cap 240 because this £4 in threshold looking really, really appealing based on my current gallery value. So make sure you join me on this journey, guys. Follow along on the YouTube channel. There will be a playlist for this series. I will be showcasing all my results, purchases, any sales as well that I'll be doing, but I don't think I'll be selling anybody for a while. But yeah, stay tuned, guys. Follow along with me. See how I get on. Starting again from scratch. Trying to work away from £50 to £500 on Sorare Fantasy Football. And of course, if you want to get involved in Sorare, you can do using the link in the description below. Get signed up today. Maybe follow me along on this journey, and we can do this together. Okay, guys, thanks for watching as always. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again on the next video.